maybe 2016 before the election. President John Dramani Mahama, African Panyifu Yina Bishia or Accra, and they were discussing about how to fight corruption. That was the time Ibisa President John Dramani Mahama said, "Waje bribe da." Pacho, and before this, I didn't pa. Now, yentie the whole interview. No, listen to it very carefully.
The heads of state meeting so that we are all on the same wavelength, because of course one of the things that came up is that there will be no thieves if there were not people receiving the stolen goods, and so it's as much important to look at the sources of corruption and the corruption that takes place, but also look at where the profits of corruption are kept, and that's why there is that look at the tax havens and where these monies are filched away, as much as looking at the sources of corruption.
Were you able to tell the Western countries that, listen, you keep on accusing us of corruption, but you are as guilty as we are?
It was put out quite strongly, and I think that it started with President Buhari when he arrived here, and the unfortunate remarks that were made. I think that it doesn't create a good environment when there's finger pointing amongst us. We must be working as partners. And so when President Buhari was asked if he demanded an apology, he says, "I don't know about demanding an apology. I just want my money back." And so yes, we must look at the sources of corruption. We must put the systems in place that prevent it from happening. But when it has happened, we must look at the advanced and developed countries where these monies, are hidden, and make sure that there's a regime that is created where these monies can be returned back to the legitimate owners in the developing world. Yeah.
I read the Ghanaian press a lot, and there's always talk about growing corruption within the country. Even some of your ministers have agreed. Have you had to prosecute or investigate any of your ministers, any of your close working aides for collecting bribes or for corruption?
One of the things about countries like Ghana is that creating the environment where people are able to speak freely about corruption heightens the perception of corruption. And so it might be that because of the environment in which corruption is discussed, people have a perception that there's an increase in the incidence of corruption.
What about you, Mr. President? Have you been offered a bribe before?
You mean as president?
As John Mahama?
As a human being?
As a person?
Any human being in the world would have encountered, corruption in a way, one way or the other, either being offered a bribe or a bribe being demanded from you. What you need to do is to put yourself in a position...
Mr. President, did you take it?
No, I haven't taken a bribe. No, but I'm just going to explain to you. What you need to do is to put yourself in a position where you are not offered a bribe, and that's what I've done. I don't take decisions on procurement. I don't take decisions in respect of anything as president. All that is done at the technical level, and so at the technical level they decide who should win a contract, and if they want it fair and square, that's it.
Well, Pacho, what's in very simple terms, NPP for a cut one small aspect of it. Eddie campaign the President John Dramani Mahama Emani Luciaba. The anti-corruption summit about so Accra and all African leaders in ABCI and the means of fighting corruption and an EBC president was him. So President John Dramani Mahama say one of the best means to fight corruption is say Obama boni pedin. So Bokorona America Labaji Abokoroni Abonidi, Kofi Juma Bokoroni Abonidi, we Abokoroni Abonidi. Na ama Timamufona who said corruption cause but was it the only problem as I didn't so the banner say the moment Oma amount for opportunity to speak more of corruption and corruption related issues in the country no na ma amount for adwin yo almost say what ban mu na corruption no e koso wahun because when you open the platform to say na ye obiya ka corruption koso na we hu na we ti we to na everywhere people might think say a President John Dramani Mahama mamum and a corruption e koso. And as part of that discussion and an interview when Mr. President so now why you bribe that and no business so me as John Mahama and I say as a president as now worker because they were discussing about presidencies and how they approach corruption and also who as a person also there be that but I wanted to explain say my nipa idea nipa bi was as be at a point in time obi be say or person or bribe but or not as John Mahama they on bribe that because decision taking whilst he is the president, and you know he doesn't take any decision. Be a state agencies in for any take and NPP for twisty yourself no. So what I say? So sometimes we need to come back like this and then explain issues like this to people. See, I know the Padudo number 2 futuro. Eddie Guamanfu any because na President John the many mama cross or corrupts. You be saying say why bribe that went to me answer and yes, I answer it. I can't say me show so I will take my time every day to explain issues to people. Because I say that more being beton to futuro and go be also yes, say be go be any we don't do things like that. And to say jandam na NPP before the dam chale jandam killers on kwa ye kill or jandam on kwa. I say and I'm NPP as a party in chale omunya we no because I'm pajo man na jandam no oh yeah diffusing that. It's a my party na hata ahodi bi anim atase mo enti yanko anim na asara me kan no so bia mala no to William Cab ebisa se BOT e wo hwonte nka chale BOT say obo NDC aban na abaso ebisa se die na waya o se mini bi atwamanda na nado dango Akufo-Addo ono no ye NPP ni okofa cement factory project bi di ba na nado dango Akufo-Addo administration antiase enso NDC aban we mu baaye no we di tie BOT na nkasa
mo report edi adanse no kofa omu nyina abra nti mini omo gitum no mo bae nti omo bae nso nsamode ewo mu ne se ye ne ministry no sane collaborative agreement ade che ne se nyame ye adoma ye ba be si fertilizer plant e wo Ghana na plant no so you see minister's signature and my signature now we me company a esi abrofo na nan mu. Don't forget to say I don't own the technology, but I own the representation.
Sure.
It's Ministry of Agri enemy company sign a contract to say organic product a boaman foodie a pomudin ko yino. Ye may be organa ha.
Wow.
A 10-year contract. It's Yankopon ya doma. In fact, the other me ba bono mo say yes see Yankopon sa kwatafone lifraphobia de. Nipa temba ko pe ne kokoda ase.
Sure.
Enti ene me besne ko sanko recorder minister ase. Se obeka ya keke 2017 fertilizer project kroye yi no me tu one amon sa entimi ambem. Enti se na when your minister bia or the wafa all the process yan categories na se nyankopon bo no no atimi de ne pen as say look a great minister a Jimmy company atum. And don't forget, say letter we ya sign a off taker. Ah, the chairman say, make me a letter way they call any financial institution a facility to do the project.
Wow.
And for your information, GCB Bank that yes an agreement the witness project no.
Okay.
Ah, GCB Bank PSA will and say they want to be a partner to me for the project because a environmentally friendly. Ebe buama assassin no kra no emu no ba ye ne be yi. Enti nyame da Roma Monday try me na ye ne mo fasane 10-year collaborative agreement as you can see collaborative agreement mo fa kire say there's a tonnage of product on beto every me company ho ene me ba sankore se nipa obi ye bibi mawa kaina danase nti ne me ba beda ministers said the waya ma me no enyo obi a na won kaye se oye ahafuni mi ye bunu ni bi kura na obi betima fi mi regional ba na obotia me.
Sure.
But you see this is a minister wan hwe se BOT friend people na ba NDC o see eni suade unu na ekura wo no one ebe boaman excellency John Dramani man because NDC aban ewo agriculture for transformation agenda ade e kire ne se kuayo na ye yo no eni suade unu foforo ben ne de be ka ho de bia ye inorganic fertilizer ene ye promote ana minister si wonya brantie bia wa ma no ho amesrete kwa nsresen poa but o see the vision ne Christ excellency John Dramani Mahama no ono a ekwa akopɛ ne sika akopɛ ne bosia abeboa enti ne me fawo sompa me manti show yi so e de aseda ma president his excellency Mahama because eye ne vision e na ma minister no hu say organic product no ye promote. Number 2 me pese me da ministry na special na aseda kese pa nkoma minister na nkasa because you see the way enye me nko na beboa me o me ne wo kase Nyankopon yard ma dadwoada. Baby a person di project na kwani offense North District. Okay. And the reason is simple. So far Ashanti region.
Because
sure.
Now yeah, say why that location?
In fact,
well, enti BOT no. BOT NPP near. Ye beto aba no so we hun light no. Enti only NPP for achi sebe Kennedy Japan kwa bit me describe NPP for.
Jimmy, MPP for Mama Jimmy, what Jimmy Papa will stay in opposition forever. MPP for. What Jimmy MPP for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party. They are idiots.
Well, Canada Japan say NPP for are idiots. Enti BOT are not NPP for hono. Sabi, olutu who say NPP for are idiots. Esan se okofa fertilizer company oba be si wo Ghana creating nyuma wo Ghana. Asan abo Ghana akua for NPP for esan say one more bribe nti omanti ase. But say NDC's administration 1 year 7 months akọ agric ministry wa man go through all the projects any documentation in my ne BOT yi krata akire say ye the stamp asi so pan say ono BOT. And then the company might establish a fertilizer production plant ewo offense no omofa nkosi ho. O se krata ni kita na bit mama bank bia man any financial support bia o hia. One president pe and NPP need to say John Mahama e hu ade John Mahama ye. Ade John Mahama ye no ebi no NPP ni kura attest to the fact say more peaceful. President you bo ho modern. President John Domini Mama is the president that said, "Oh, visioner or support you." And you Panamo de Nibio, and ye Jack Toronto Mudianibi, and ye Casa Qua Casa NP before, and some Cassia dear, send your minim cardier, who we are almost say, Diwatema then, Augusto.
Makawaha, and I want to repeat it, and Yankro for day. But facts are sacred. So, MPP more. Now, Sebi you. Why do you chia? Now, coin this. Who are this? When I would answer, no about people.
And no one there. So, we can say, they say, bank account in your freezy. Into why being a tenant, any answer, do no. But be a dober con Ghana and EBA home. I'm not going to say it. Ghana and EBA a day. Sanity. President Cook, I are dear also messenger or they abandon. I mean, kind we na young. I remember in 2012 when Afro-American wanted to contest Mike Hammond. I created a Facebook page for Mike Hammond, and a friend also created one for Afro-American. Bounty Rabbit there or they Abba and no. Also, I say there is one problem with NPP. If they cannot make money from your proposal, then fuck it. They don't even care about Ghana. It's all about the NPP and the money they can make. Why are they meaning? Because the way you're speaking, I think that you were with them. Into what we say now, identity. Emmanuel said, "Where is one village, one dam?" I told you. How Pamela fence how Kumsin or this kind of my man no ain't mean create any meaningful dam. Meaning she was appointed to create meaningless dams. Today, that friend who created a page of African regrets a lot. Or no ne ho chan DBA we as actually. You be never catch it. One cousin and never call. What the ba? President Cook say we need educated masses to help in fishing out corruption and gendarme. No wonder NPP came to destroy our case with their mass aversions of free education. Free education go and now know the bank on one jinni. On Jikura ni se bibikura ho. Kana didn't say. We go and joined his friend Wuntumi. Exactly, only Wuntumi and Eko. Usman Isa say good evening, bro. Usman Bibia Boko there. But the line active still +358 4653 649. So what can Chiribia ubitimi ede aba. Na fide edi ho enkomo. There is this story I wanted us to cover as well. Ghana mabuna sebi omako jina Russia ekontokwa edema Russia for Ukraine for capture some Russian army for me. I'm picky ko ewi aya to aso. Mini enko de.
Hello, Michelle Uncophobia.
Mejo so mini enko.
Master say, Yempen for me, sure so be a majority night to crime pen. Master, Saturday will a hammy pa. Why say, if you be a be fake Casaba, no 1 meter. No more meter, Sikasamun way. Sana Muka Brucha, etia. Because a so be any meter, a wolfie. Ono prior to me create employment because you never be say no matter Japan kakra. Japan omo da ho use old meters na you use Jerry time no. Because I think 2007 208 no mo ko change omo ko fa sa prepaid meters no buy say first e Ghana. When him says old meters no wa anka still anka unemployment no anka enye bebre sa.
Oh, kwamezo.
Only me bachelor because Japan no etine nimpa na meter na old meter na ewo ho no obi be ready meter no worker no be ready meter no obi no basande ticket be ba show nimpa mienu no mo yes adwuma no nti say kita meter almost be say you fancy 10 million ewo the whole Ghana nti I say fie bia ko bia nye meter separate you say if you cashier ba ko na meter ba ko nti sanka be 10 million meters kwa na ke omo fa nimpa 1 million omo services meters no everything minister electricity every year they no omo employ more workers because of meter ni omo kwa bo meter omo kwa say but you 2000 ne bana aden be say contract be say MPs no kwaji sa contract no ne meter be say sisi anu kwa kwaji say utua more sika answer the meter bro average ko say prepaid nti sa workers no mo for almost that time no it's a workers ni obi workers ni obi nti am ka just say me dey Japan kra na mo akọ mo enu technology no
no say nipa no mo reading meters no eno your job creation. Okay.
Obi a odi ticket be ba sha o say o bill ni abani no only see another job creation nti je fan say you
who say wa abekwa koto prepaid meter na akọ nipa na ote wo boy ni guzo ndie who ni say job creation ni bi no
ya kan tio nipa ba ko eno no akwatena baby it is mobile money hwe mobile money omo ye mobile money no interest enye bebre say omo di meters okọ randa odi meter odi paper kwa show okọ read meter ni we no eno omo kwa service no ni na ya nta hwe so be stadium a me pache on be say ya edwin kwa de say be stadium say ya adwin ba so na anka illegal connection adi na anka so better because every day we are no work
education kakra.
Okay netine nta every day we are no nipa ba read meter nipa nta omo ba check say meter no kwan a meter no fast omo no bobo no ko individual was mikoto meter menya electrician be wako tanker school be bobo mama no e say electricity no akomo je sa edwuma no say omo dia omo no bobo meter abroche no say individual be bobo meter pay e company no babu
suggestion now dey ba no one way obetwen yakwa achi kakra mama Emily say what you are suggesting is old fashioned one way obetwen yakwa achi kakra because it depends on the crowd what I say mama fan say meter na prepaid na ka mo reading no enye te fie bia ni papa ko ne ko ready with me maybe entire bro no ni papa ko pe ne ready what I say and he said that entire bro ni papa ko ne ready na say that entire bro no so no you will be your ton prepaid card no ha it ends up being the same thing.
Okay Pacho
and you're always now to say when we are moving to digital things it means that we are losing jobs. No, digital economy can also create more jobs than what people actually think.
Udim Pacho me bra assembly so asem person me kan say if say if you be say 10 10 rooms. Esa obi anya separate meter. Your friends are Finland awoti. When you be meter.
Debbie.
Finland awoti when you be anya meter. Into
almost say my education, but because say answer na obetimi agye dan in any parts of Europe to say Finland. Now wokrata social security number, your name is registered in the system. Ghana, if you is where the man high no. Ukwa kwa meter na. Esa wo the site plan and all those kind of things eko. Na bisa was a site plan say wo din ba ko peso a. Then it means nipa ba ko na betimi enya sa den e wo ho. Unless you're also going with different things, information or kakwaje. Right.
Okay, meba. Abansoro woti mo Finland. Yen fi bisa abansoro woti mo Finland. One company nipa ba ko na osi ani dinda so.
That be any sign.
In the room be meba. O de yen ni bi say if you kase na esi wo no. If you na wotim na kase say company kra na obia room bia wo ni meter. Nipa mienu nche meter wa abrochire. Ebi nsi. Water obia wo ni meter okwa o hwese ni meter no sa water me use sa we obia nche meter nti why say efie ba ko bia no electricity no entumi ngi sa contract no say mama obia meter separate na bia edan kase pa na obia consume 1 meter.
But so I did know what in apartments no obia 1 meter there.
Ose
Ghana, if you're seen in apartment. Would him say there be a meter?
Say then be with meter. Sa yen dan old ones no. Do also change sa new ones na our system no. Yen for be say bukum. Yen for be me example bukum say dan ho bebre no. Say you can say room no. Yen mo bia meter. Na say electricity na ka say eni akọ kra na sa illegal connection kra no. I'm telling you the fact.
Okay.
Esubeti. Because every day we are no ye lazy. Ye ntumi nkwa abonten enkwose ejuma na ewo no. Obi omoma no position wo man bia no opeso otena lazarus scam no kasa me na omede ejuma na ahyemense. But say ye wo technology abroche Japan uti ufie wencho electricity bill na system na kwa ombetwo mo office wo. Electricity ombetwo mo office. The same thing, technology na kona nim. Inya fi never call old system.
Na Ghana say won't mean to meter na eno so den say o light dum.
And I'm a person to prepaid meter na. I say o mine ye uniform thing. Sisi I be use prepaid. E be use old meters. Oh yeah way.
Yes, me aware sir.
Finland, what's not Finland? So one Finland and blue 10 years. When we say bibi ho any uniform da. Uko Finland
might be addressing issues no a better one. Anyway, my mentors, my mentor the next caller. I'll tell you something along the point why minia. Minia me pacho bibi aboko de. Hello. All right, Mestre say offer listen to the conversation on the phone now after me mom no. Because my who say nipa do na afre, but they want to listen to themselves on maybe TV or maybe on computer. It takes some time before it gets there. And, you know, listen to the conversation on the phone now or the afremeno. That is something. I think say I'm not getting him very well. It depends on where you find yourself.
Boko na join.
Me where they pa. But you didn't say everything.
I'm from David, from California.
All right, yeah, go David.
Munufie moni adwuma. Na ebesere yi nuanom no mama yam complicate eniema with ebia zede nua na okwa Japan asem compared to Ghana no. The tia ni say de na wo kire mu kire no no. Ansa na wo be rent dan no. Na wo won krata. ɛna system no wɔn create system in such a way say yɛbɔ wo din ne nkrataa no number na biribi a ɛfa wo ho biara no ɛba ɛno na Ghana gu so nkakra ɛyɛ Ghana card nkakra yɛ roli nneɛma a mɛma yɛ mpere yɛ ho upre ho tu mampamirika wakoma na ɛti ɛyɛ nkakra because deɛ ɛteɛ ne sɛ nipa na ɛte Ghana no koraa no deɛ yɛwo no Ghana anyin wɔ Ghana nyɛ wɔn nyinaa na wɔ Ghana card ni bi Ghana card na nkasa koraa no ni issuance no koraa no nso wɔ ɛno nso ne problem a yɛntimi nya ma obiara ne yakasɛ obiara no yɛde nipa na to system no so adwuma no creation ne deɛ wode kɔtoto ɔman foforɔ ho a question ne sɛ saa ɔman no yɛnyɛ problem a yɛnam mu no ɔmo fa mu how many years ago ɛna ɔma build abedu saa bere yi ɛyɛ nkakra mɛma yɛ mpere yɛn ho ɛmɛyɛ saa comparison no because do baabi a wode square peg ɛkɔhyɛ round hole ma ɛmfiti ahoɔden na wobɛsɛɛ no ɛmfa yɛnhwɛ no yɛnyɛ ne nkakra yɛbɛsrɛ baabi a aman mpanimfoɔ no de ɔman no kɔ no sɛ yɛn nyinaa no yɛde adwene ɛne yɛn susuyɛ ɛne yɛn nyansa nyinaa tae akyire a I think say Ghana is heading in the right direction at the moment. Yɛsɛ wɔyɛ wo fa na me nso menyɛ me deɛ wokosi dan na mensi nsuo kwan mu just because say wo sika bɛyɛ feeling ɔkyena nsuo no yiri a wobɛdane fish wandane fish a wobɛyɛ apotro yɛnyɛ yɛ deɛ na yɛn nso efin na yɛtotogu indiscriminate littering no yɛgyae a ɔman no mu bɛyɛ fɛ sɛdeɛ ɛda bia yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde aman foforɔ kɔtoto obi ho mennim sɛ obi nam Japan a ɔto bɔɔla to abɔnten but yen de yen to twene wo kan obi be ka kire efa wo ho ben eye wo na wo pra ha se ya mfa sa patriotism no amfa nhye yemu emfiri ahyase a yenyini wi a bebre dua na epo asimu no wotene na enye yie by swaketekete a yetene na ebeye yie menua oni nyame nya adwuma medase
menua bibia bokode hello.
Hello.
Bibi aboko udini say na free.
Munufie. Finland.
All right. Yankwa minia. Udini say.
Indeed the Stanley.
All right, Stanley. Yankwa.
Munufie me dazi. But kakram pese can say. Me problem is Orano. Orano anka me pa mama chopa se sa ora na oye no sika na oji a on check the odi sika no koye say e bia maji 10 million.
Okay,
10 million me dey sit down 10 million na maji wo asmasi we ho me dey sit down we si ho na amafo say oh ampa waji 10 million we dey sit down we do we na we dey we but so we just can we na wan kan ho hwe na wan bo akonta na say is na atanse mani pa se we cry wan ye hwe
that's my we bo bia hu ade of this kind of year
omo hu be do this kind of year ele say na ebe boy na sa Ghana fina e woni me bra be kan visi si ai yampa madam bi ko Ghana na nsen a also odidi na okra we no crash in bottom na amafo say na dey na wo dey show bottom tu fatu baby o say no enye sanet here well Ghana for the biana uko pam obi wo kwan ho na say am a single mother e ma na omoton ade wo krom no omo kan obi pa na Ghana enkoso
yes
single mother no edoso obi aye single mother e wo Ghana mo aye no anka say ye fa country there ye de mra e na ebu
sa
me no yeti Finland ha wonti me ko fa table enkosi kwan say ukoton anka wo kwan ho wonti me but Ghana dia amanya ni chala indisciplined doso nti omo ma won say titina we of say self man ko circle no won say circle fine nti anka DC for ni sa assemblies no omo jiro mo ho na nka so mo ka say okay ye de ebia circle amani pa ba ko don't control hormone. That's how when you know you free hormone. Mama Ghana effect, but at times when woman face also politicians, so it's like yeah vote to mommy until there say party be no yeah. Oh, there no be a friend watch. Hey, child, you know. Now yes, and yeah vote. And I'm almost so the beer me who Africa politician be okay so my yenny my resign. It means
Ebi nsi da.
but me know here Finland ha my kai some time ago. Ebinom ko no coffee keke o. They resign.
That's true.
I'm resign. But minister bit me fat bicycle. Echo park train station no factory no dey call. But Africa they be almost V8 mo. Why? Aden. Oma ye kasa too much. Oma ye kasa too much. Me say me dey me born pa anka. Ghana no. We are not ready for democracy now. I'm telling you, we are not ready. And can you say, hey, me say I'm for be bomichi. Me maka Ghana, ye see na ya bere fufu.
There be any enye.
Me de bia me can say me anka me president anam me pe pa anka be ti say bi hoye basa e be ti say me body e be ti say nima mokola he o say for anka me jom nyina fi on mo na me see fufu.
Me da si we
Ade me da say chale ye be shia me ba o.
Mate. Enye izo. Beni ya wako de.
Yeah, Munufie boko. Apache onso
Nyame ado me ho de pa. Pacho udi ndi se na Afrifi.
me kasa from UK. Me do fire.
Afa, wako de.
Scotland, Edinburgh precisely.
Yanko.
Yeah. Minia, I'm say we topic no me de man sheda mantem but me who say ye can be say what is it? You say asset corruption, asset corruption. Ajwa speaks. Minia, corruption everywhere. And the corruption no ayeka see account say omo buy the lighter politicians. But when say corruption no and every single department, every single institution in Ghana is corrupt. And ye jin school je soldier forge, a police forge, custom forge, fire service forge, obiaje. And no office be na say one face can't to wa. A dinner was ye ma wono. A bit me take you days, ye nyem fama. I didn't ya ba, I be drew some pempensuwi. And ne ubi a kwakwa somewhere say ye to abama will say we MPR. Was me kwakwa some me mine. Ye di to me be show on sase me ye minister. Yes, wo kwakwa some ne mine. Ye di to me ma so yo man penyinia. Yes, wo kwakwa some ne mine. Afide kusi sen ena sa dwumadi nyina se ye di ubi ekosi ye ano se wo medi anim na won church kwan na se o meye kandifo a afide ko wie corruption. Minua kroyi mu ayetiti. And that's a corruption anyhow, but they try to minimize it.
Okay.
And omunim the consequences are a war corruption. Until you says a name yes idea no. These are the punishment meet me and they know say you cannot run out of it. Denya yebeso Intimate who be bruching almost your corruption, who says any paro Jimmy for Onimiansa because then you know the system no woman you know say system no won't mean pass system no like Africa obit me ask to free no. Inti can corruption case and say you kroma say ye first minister former first minister Nicholas Sturgeon ne kunu omo party hu sika amasisi akwa sentence no. He knew just say adie na we no one day ebeche no but when we make us say wo ha na we yes adie na wajimi nti jimi enti okwakoya mende ya sentence no yente no menua ɛyɛ nti aberanteɛ yi a yɛka n'asɛm yi saa aberanteɛ wei ɛbɛtena television so a na no say chabe as if say he is the most Ghanaian o nimnya sansi obi a odo Ghana sini obi a inti Ghana sika de te ukukuru u the 5 cities kra to ho a Meraka Boaje nya de ope onfa because odo Ghana but I mean inside no hwɛ the miracles Aboaje why Ghana sasika we ya kanye sika ketewa o
Yes.
enye sika ketewa o saa 55 no ya hu a ye ka ho asem but 102 no a you say me or say me momo enye yi no so de yenim say no so is true because no so yokofo enya say yi no inti see the way nyina ba born one person and net this guy. When was the last time I was starting here, say about politics, and we forgotten said this guy was appointed as a district chief executive, and he was fired by Kufuado. I didn't know more fire no because of Sikadi.
All right.
On when ni abranti we wodi yen ababa bedru oman wa ye chichire no menua si yanhwe yi a corruption no ehun beye den ye hia obi a obetu ne ho asisi ho say media ma ba say me baba beko hwe Ghana fo nyina ni da Mahama so if Mahama fails to fight corruption Ghana we are doomed because he's the last hope for Ghana for they look at say obetimi a fight corruption amaye so if Mahama fumble with corruption a year cases Ghana no want me and jelly the also jelly no he shouldn't look at left or right me man paying for beba nanim yenim sa him for bi mu beba yenim sa sorry paying for bi beba but we are fighting corruption we want to build a new Ghana we don't need this interference he should step on his toe and then deal with anybody who embezzle our isika we can't just let everything go just like that you dear one brother do
That's it.
Yedi ye ho abro dodo.
That's it.
Yedi ye ho abro.
That's it. Yedi ye ho abro edodo. Saa na menua yi dia ode